What's going on, guys? My name is Elden Hero and welcome to episode 91 of my Leicester City career mode. As we edge closer to that episode 100, we got a bid for Jack Butland from Valencia at the start of this episode, and we asked them for more money, kind of continuing on from the negotiations which started in the last episode. I don't really want to let Butland go, but for 36 million I could reinvest in a better goalkeeper, or perhaps just a different goalkeeper, an alternative goalkeeper, because Butland did make a horrendous error in the last episode, which I didn't actually reference at the time that it happened because I was talking about something else. But it would be good to have that little bit of a cash injection because we could strengthen the team in other areas, although it doesn't necessarily need to be strengthened now that we have Zivkovic and we also have DeAndre Yedlin in at right back. But we go into our first game of the episode, and that is against West Ham United in the Premier League. We beat them already once this season, a couple of episodes ago in fact. The weird thing about this game is the way the fixtures run. You play like a certain bunch of teams and then it gets to January and then you start to play those teams in reverse. And I don't know that it's like that in real life unless it's changed dramatically in the last season or so, and I just haven't noticed because I don't really watch football as much as I used to. But if anyone knows why that is, or if that happens in real life, I don't know, let me know. Maybe it's a plan to come into place, I don't know. It just seems a bit odd that you'd play teams so kind of quickly after you've just played them for the first time. But Danny Ings' shot hits off the post at the half-hour mark. I gave him a start in this game just because I thought he might feel left out, being that, or given that we now have Mike Leite, Yassine Benzia, Ricardo Zivkovic, Hector Villalba and Danny Ings up front, and also Jeffrey Schlupp with the capability of playing up front coming on from the bench as well. But in the 41st minute of this game, West Ham were kind of piling the pressure on, and this was kind of a weird performance from them because they played out of their skins. And in the 45th minute, inside stoppage time, a penalty was awarded due to a foul conceded by Baraghi in defence, and I thought this was kind of really harsh, and the replay isn't too conclusive either, and I just didn't have the foresight or the presence of mind to go into the instant replay section of the game and have a look at it from there. But I just don't believe that to be a penalty. There's no law against standing still on a football pitch, and I didn't really see him impede him. But Tosun stepped up from the spot and gave West Ham United the lead, and they're the visitors at the King Power Stadium, and considering we beat them at the Boleyn ground, it would be kind of a shame for us to lose against them at home when we've kind of maybe gained a little bit more momentum in the last couple of episodes. But Tom Ince comes forward in the 49th minute. I will never for the life of me understand why he decided to shoot with his right foot in that instance. But we got a corner kick in the 70th minute from which Danny Ings' header hit off the post as he hits the post for the second time in the game. And 3 minutes later, West Ham United got a strike on goal with Maro Zarate's shot being saved by Jack Butland. We come up to the final 5 minutes of the game with Mike Leite on the pitch as he attempts to take it round Ravel Morrison, successfully doing so before playing the ball into Villalba, who does really well to get round Tompkins in the box and manufacture a shooting position from where he started and get that equaliser for us. But we wanted to push on and try and get the winner, and we come into stoppage time at the end of the game, and this might be the most unfortunate thing that's ever happened to me in FIFA. If you've ever believed that the game was scripted, this would be a good sort of example for that, as Jenkinson plays the ball through to Danny Ings, who has two players, Jeffrey Schlupp and Villalba, in passable positions to score the winner, but Danny Ings falls down due to an injury, and we don't get anything from that move, and I just think that is the most unlucky I've ever been. I think that's the most unfortunate thing that's ever happened to me. It's incredibly frustrating. But we come out of that game to go into deadline day, and obviously we have no funds left in the bank. Valencia are not willing to play ball over the Butland deal, so we have to reject that. Sporting come in with a bid for Butland, and I upped that to 42 million just to see if they would cave, although I doubted that they would, because I wouldn't say that they'd have that kind of money in their transfer kitty, and indeed they don't. So they offered 16.9 million, to which I laughed in their face and rejected their offer. After that, we get notified that Ki Sung Yong will be leaving the club as he has agreed a pre-contract deal with Everton, which is quite interesting. I like Key a lot. We're just going to have to let him go because the midfield is packed at the moment anyways. Chelsea made an offer for Hector Villalba, which I just rejected. I read a comment once on one of my videos in response to somebody saying that Villalba would be sold in January, and somebody said L will never sell Villalba, and that is the truth. I will never sell him. No matter how much his form dwindles, he's a hero now. And Reading agree a loan deal for Jack Grealish, and he's going to spend the rest of the season there. If you want to look at the squad report, it is on the screen now. January is over, we're into February. I didn't make any other transfers. I thought the two players that we brought in were enough. I didn't attempt any pre-contract agreements because in all likelihood I will be leaving Leicester City at the end of this season, which is something else that I actually did want to talk about because I hope to get back to first place in the league, and I hope that Liverpool and Man United will both have those job vacancies because what I would like to do is create a separate save file from this one, a Leicester 2. If this one is Leicester, I'd like to make Leicester 2, apply for both of those jobs, see which clubs are interested in me, and then stick with those clubs, holiday till the end of the season, keep showing you guys how well I do with Leicester, and then when it comes to the end of next season, or sorry, when it comes to the end of this season, I can just transfer over to the other save and continue as though it was business as usual. I think that makes sense. I don't think that that's cheating the game. I think that's good for the series. But what I would like to do is get a job offer from both Liverpool and Man United and leave it up to a straw poll. I personally would rather go to Man United just because I think it presents a better sort of a project for me, and also just because of the continuity of having gone from Leicester to Man United before on FIFA 13. It just seems to kind of romanticize the idea a little bit, because it would give that weird kind of influx of nostalgia into the video. But our next game is against Charlton. This is the 4th round of the FA Cup, and they actually did have a season in the Premier League on this save, I do believe, and I can recall them being quite rigid and difficult to break down at times, and one of those teams who like to pass the ball around an awful lot, which is kind of every single team on this game. But the guy playing at centre back there, Craig Rogers, is in fact a right back, but he's way too slow to ever be a full back, so I put him into centre back because his defensive stats are actually alright, and if you doubt that, you can look at the squad report from seconds ago. But Charlton had the first chance of the game, we had the second chance of the game, and it was just after the half-hour mark with Zivkovic on the ball, doing the fake shot in the box, getting his shot on target, but seeing it saved by the goalkeeper. The next chance wasn't until the second half, just to kind of point out how kind of rigid Charlton are and how difficult they are to break down, but their shot went just wide. I think it was Veto Kele, or however you pronounce his name. Then we come up to the 76th minute of the game with Valère Bresson winning the ball in midfield, playing it into Villalba, who puts Zivkovic through on goal, who gets in to score his first goal in a Leicester City jersey away at Charlton's ground, which is called the Valley, I think. It used to be when they were in the Premier League, I think. I don't know. I hope I'm right about that. But yeah, we win that game 1-0, which is decent enough. A very, very dull game, though, as you can tell from the distinct lack of highlights in it. Our next game is against Middlesbrough. This is back in the Premier League, and this is in the snow. And it's very, very difficult to play in the snow in this game for me. I say it every time. I thought we were going to avoid snow this year, but unfortunately, February comes and England gets, you know, covered in snow, evidently. But in the second minute of this game, we signalled our intent very early on with Villalba coming through on goal. Again, I don't know why he didn't shoot with his right foot there. That's the thing I really dislike about this game at certain points. But in the 6th minute, Villalba comes forward and plays it into Yassine Benzia, who sees his shot saved by the goalkeeper. Then we come up to the 23rd minute of the game with Julian Brandt on the ball, getting into a really good position, and eventually getting taken down inside the box by, I think it was Ben Gibson who brought him down. The referee awards a penalty, definitely the correct decision, just because it was absolutely a foul, and Brandt did really well to win it, and it'd be a lot nicer to see him progress better, but whatever, what are you going to do? Definite penalty. As you can see, Villalba steps up from the spot as he always does, and he manages to dispatch the penalty into the same place that every single penalty that I will ever take has gone, into that right hand side of the net. But that was kind of good, you know, we definitely deserved that. And about 2 minutes later, Yassine Benzia on the ball, he passes it to Traore, who plays it to Emre Can, who gets brought down by Kozak, and the referee awards a red card, a straight red for Libor Kozak, a definite red card too. Like, if you look at the replay, you can see it was a 2-footed tackle from behind. Now, it didn't look as though it did that much damage to Emre Can, and it almost got the ball, but the law, or the rule, sorry, in the game is about being reckless, and it was reckless. And Brandt's shot in the 35th minute would have been amazing had it found the back of the net. Sadly not, though. And then in the 45th minute, Tomlin gets brought down by Martinelli. The referee thought that was a foul. I thought that was a great tackle. What do you guys think about that? I thought it was an amazing tackle. I really, really did. But I suppose it was a little bit slower, a little bit late, and Antunes puts the free kick into the back of the net with a fantastic left-footed shot. This was obviously frustrating. It's one of those FIFA moments where it was their first shot of the entire game, and we had dominated the game, but we were just unable to find the back of the net from anything other than the penalty spot. And then in the 49th minute, Ben Gibson goes sliding into a challenge, taking Villalba out, and the referee goes over to him, the Middlesbrough captain, and produces a red card, the second yellow for the captain, sees him giving his marching orders, and Middlesbrough down to 9 men. And I thought, if we can't beat 9 men, something is seriously wrong with my ability to play this game. But the ball gets played into Traore, who finds Zivkovic, the second half substitute, in the box in the 78th minute. He finds the back of the net, putting us into the lead, which we absolutely deserved in the game. But it was kind of fun to play against 9 men. I tried a few different things that obviously didn't work, or else there'd be highlights, but we come up to the 83rd minute of the game with Bertrand Traore and Emre Can playing well on the edge of the box. Emre Can's shot is saved and Bertrand Traore bundles the rebound into the back of the net to make it 3-1, give us that 2-goal lead in the game, and eventually see us win at the King Power Stadium, which is really, really good, because we're going to try and push on now and get back to first in the league, just so that teams can accept our job offers, because I'm quite looking forward to moving on from Leicester, but not before I finish out the Champions League campaign, which will continue in the next episode with a game against Bayern Munich in the second round. But that's the end of this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do leave a like. That would be much appreciated. I've been El Dinero. Thanks for watching.